What is up, everybody? Welcome to 5-Star Fridays. What do you think of the brand new intro by your man, Fish Lee? I might have a couple rough edges, but man, I'm pretty proud of that. I got that whole thing and the outro knocked out in like 5 days, I think. So I'm not knocking it. It came out pretty cool. Welcome to the show. It is Friday again. The main man, Tony Clapper, a.k.a. the Clapback Kid, a.k.a. the Chat 'em Up Champion, blah, blah, blah. He can't be here today because he is out having a time with his family and going to an amazing game. I'm excited for him, so we're holding it down. You got Mr. Fish here for you, and then we have got the ever lovely, always amazing Fee. Introduce yourself.
Hey, you guys. Happy Friday. Your girl Fee Soleil here. So excited for this week's conversation. So glad to be here. And of course, last but certainly not least, go introduce yourself. Let them know who you are.
This is Ryan, the originator. We got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left on the Adventures of Nakoa Nohea, Journey to Akua. Go check it out. www.moanatheauthor.com. Go to our Kickstarter and check it out.
Y'all absolutely need to get out there and check it out. It is going to be spectacular. I can't wait. I enjoyed the first one so much. My grandbabies have been enjoying the first one. The coloring pages, the whole 9 yards. I've been backing it all. I was on there first day, excited about it. Y'all need to get out there and check it out because y'all don't want to miss out on this.
Baby.
Time is
It is
ticking
coming down. Y'all don't want to miss it.
Down to the wire.
All right. What are we talking about this week, Miss Fee? Tell us.
We are talking about the girl Riri, AKA Ironheart. Okay? We bringing her to the stage today. So I'm excited to talk about her. So that's going to be our main girl, the story of the night, the lady of the hour.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Absolutely.
So I guess I would start with this question. I guess to just get things going. What do you think Ironheart is about? Was she? Oh, we switch.
Hey, you've got the wisdom and the questions. You need to be in the place of honor.
My goodness. Oh, I am so. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, it is an honor to be in this space, this lovely space right here. But the question is, when you guys go to think about Ironheart, what comes to mind when you think about Miss Riri Williams? What do you think she's about?
My very first thought when I think of Riri Williams is, how does she fit anything in that tiny tight suit? Like that's always the thing to me. Like Tony Stark already is stretching the idea of how could you get thrusters and stuff into something this thick, but her suit's tiny. And that's the first thing I think about every time. But like I said, I am just now getting introduced to her. I just started reading, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far. I am really digging her as a character and actually identifying with her a lot more than I expected to.
I like that. That's pretty solid. That is a good question to think about. Like, what's that get ready time like? Is it pretty efficient, or is it is it giving a later time? How about you, Ryan?
For me, it's representation, a person of color, and a female. So
Hmm.
it's good to see a female in a very leader archetype role. For
Being the smart one, being
yeah,
an engineer, all that stuff. I
mhm,
love seeing that for all the girls in my life that I love dearly. I want them to see that they can be smart and they can be intelligent and they can stand up for themselves and they can be a hero and all those things, and not just you have to be pretty and quiet and all. Oh, you gonna get me started there.
Absolutely. You can
I
be the
love it.
main character. You are worthy of the main character. You are not the comedic presence. You are
Hmm.
not the supporting friend. You are the main character. So I do
mhm.
love that, and I stand by that wholeheartedly, obviously,
Hmm.
as a Black woman as well. So I love that. Um, with her introduction into the MCU, she's coming in with Wakanda Forever. Obviously, a lot of my favorite people showing up, at the premiere and everything like that. Shout out to Shuri, the actor, of course, with the wonderful getup, again, paying homage to the wonderful, the great Chadwick Boseman, who basically did the whole pose and everything. I loved everything about that. What do you think Riri's going to bring to the stage when she gets introduced on that debut night?
I'm gonna let Ryan go first.
I
Pondering.
mean, for me, for Wakanda Forever, I think she's going to be, she will be our young antagonist in the film. She'll feel more like a Spider-Man in that way. Being introduced, and then we'll see her evolve throughout the movie. We'll see how she gets her tech. There's a reason why the Wakandans want her, so there is some kind of connection there. I don't know if she'll have a huge, incredible impact on the film. This is going to be something that's more Civil War, more Winter Soldier kind of feel. It's going to be a more serious film. Not to mention, it's going to revolve around, you know, the death of Chadwick Boseman. So I don't think we'll see a lot of Riri, but I feel like she'll play a part to drive the narrative of the film.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think it's really going to be about any of that. I think it's going to be a political uh, power struggle between Namor, the Token, and the Talican. I don't know what they're called, and Wakanda. So it's going to be a power of world powers. Who has the largest world power right now? Because Wakanda is one of those cities that have unrelentless power right now.
It is so small, but it is so powerful on
Yeah,
the
so
world
it should be
stage.
very interesting how it plays out. I'm looking forward to the film. There's been really good reactions and really good, incredible reviews, but I just want to see for myself how it's going to play out going forward, because I feel like the fun and the laughter is now going to be tempered, and they're going to get back to the level of aggressiveness of shaping the story going forward in Phase 5. I didn't particularly like
Absolutely.
Phase 4, in my opinion. So it's just something, I think they tried a lot of stuff to see
Hmm.
what works and what doesn't. But, I think they need to stick to not their necessarily formula, but they need to have a little bit more gravitas to their films. I think there's been too much fun.
See, Ryan don't like fun. He's all about cut the fun.
Like, I mean,
I mean, it was like maybe they were just
I like
testing it
my
out.
film.
They were.
I like my films to have weight to them. Like, I don't feel like a lot. The only thing that
Hey,
I've
trust me,
enjoyed,
I got weight to me. I'm still fun. I can still crack jokes, and I can still be heavy as a mofo. So I'm just saying, you can
I
be
mean,
both. I'm just
I
saying.
like WandaVision. I love Spider-Man. I love Shang-Chi. I didn't like Loki. I didn't like the Winter Soldier show. I didn't like,
I think
think
Winter
the
Soldier
only other
missed
show
a
I
lot of
liked was
opportunities, but
She-Hulk.
I liked it.
I like She-Hulk because that was like saying like fuck you to all the fandoms and the haters and shit. So that's why
I loved She-Hulk. I loved Ms. Marvel,
gold.
except for changing her powers. That's the only thing that I
enjoyed She-Hulk, but like nothing really stands out in Phase 4. I didn't like Doctor Strange. I didn't like Thor. I didn't like any of that. So sorry.
Fair enough. I mean, again, I guess that's, you can say, since that was a big closing of the 10-year contract, you could kind of say like through the ashes, there's the rebirth of, like, they're trying to really just figure out what that formula is to kind of build that ground and that substance that's going to be the next phase of the MC universe.
I hope Wakanda Forever has like tags to 4. Like there's not a lot of connection with Phase 4. So
I think it's going to really set the stage. Because again, to that big part of the story that you mentioned, I think it's really going to carry on with a little bit of the other characters and how they're kind of setting up the story for the next generation. Because again, they are going to be the heroes of the next generation, how they're going to be setting the stone and how they're going to be taking the story and running with it. What I really hope for is, because again, the wits of Riri and Shuri, I really think, like, hopefully, I don't know if it's going to either be like a collaboration or friendship, or again, they can play with that. So honestly, I would love to see that. Love to see how that would kind of play in. But with that technology,
I forgot, I love Miss Marvel. That's like my favorite show. Yeah, Miss Marvel was great.
Oh, Mike's saying there wasn't supposed to be
Shut up, Mike.
connections. And
shut up. Leave your opinion. Shut up, Mike.
This is a free place of opinion. Everybody is welcome to spout off in the comments and say any fool thing you want, and we will share it and talk about it. See,
it's rebuilding.
That's what I'm saying. Phase 4 is a rebuilding phase.
They're testing it out.
I don't want to hear that either. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear about.
They're showing us what the world is. I tell you, I don't know what to expect out of Wakanda Forever, because there is so much that's happened between losing Chadwick and all of that. A horrible time for the storyline and the franchise. And just such a shame, because he was such an amazing actor. There's so much to deal with that. Then there's so much going on with Namor and Atlantis. Like, there is so much there. Like Ryan said, I don't know how much room there's going to be to fit Riri in there and stuff. But what I hope to see more than anything, and I don't know, they could be adversaries that become friends. They could, who knows. But I hope to see like a mentor relationship between Shuri and Riri, and I want to see that just for all the young ladies out there in the world. Because like, I'm old enough to have grown up in a world where most of the women that I've seen in business would slit any other woman's throat, because there were so few spots that they were very vicious to each other to try and keep that spot. Because if you get up here, then there's not room for me anymore. And I want to see as many opportunities of women uplifting each other and helping each other succeed in media as we can possibly have, and a whole lot less backstabbing, stealing your man nonsense that's all over all these, crappy popcorn shows. I want to see more women lifting each other up, because this is what they're going to be emulating. Oh, the housewives and all that, flipping table nonsense. Like, I want to see women lifting each other up to everybody succeeding, because that's what I want the young women in my life to see and start emulating.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with that, because even with reading up on Riri, since she is fairly new to the stage, it was a lot of things talking about like writing. I know. Let's go fishing. Look at that. I love that. Let's go fish. Yes, with the words. When it came to that, it was a lot when it said the story was being written by somebody, and it wasn't even like women writers in Marvel at the time to really even convey the story. So that posed a big thing. Like, we're not trying to. We honestly need more representation in that field in that way, and not that we're gonna see another woman and just be like, oh, I see a target. Like, no, it's like totally changed the narrative in that way. So I definitely agree. Wonderfully said, Fish. So I know I'm excited to see the movie. I can't wait. I know. Give snaps up for Fish. Snaps up for Fish. I guess the next thing to think about when it comes to Ironheart, I mean, the way I know they said in the Disney Plus series, like, I mean, there's a lot to run away with here. Do you really think the backlash is still going to happen, considering that saying like that huge shadow of Iron Man is going to still follow her despite her trying to take her own way?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, and I think people need to start letting go of the original phases,
Yeah.
because it's always going to evolve. We're going to start losing other legacy characters. I don't think we're going to be seeing Thor much longer. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to change after this movie that's coming out soon. We're going to lose. I don't think you're going to be seeing a lot of legacy characters anymore. We're going to lose Hawk. There's no more original six anymore, and if it's going to be Hawkeye too, if they're going to keep it's going to be Kate Bishop from here on out. So we got to understand that the Marvel universe is how we live as normal. It's going to evolve. It's going to change. They are setting up West Coast Avengers. They are setting up Young Avengers right now. It's all being set up. So people who keep bitching, like thinking that Captain America's going to come back and Iron Man's going to come back, it ain't happening. It just ain't going down. So I don't think we're going to expect anything like Tony Stark being in Ironheart or being the Jarvis of Riri Williams. I don't think that's happening. All that's getting thrown out. So don't expect that. I think after we watch Wakanda Forever, because the world is going to watch it, it's going to be the biggest movie of 2022, hands down. So I think for me, like, people are going to understand and know that she's going to be a prime character going forward, almost as big probably as Spider-Man. So don't get it twisted, because they're setting it up that way.
They literally are.
They are. So like the only legacy character that's going to be going forward, who are going to be in a leadership position, is probably going to be Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. I don't see anybody else taking that role. Because a lot of people personally don't like Captain Marvel. I don't know what the hate is on that, but I'm gonna be real. I didn't like the movie. I thought the movie was trash. But
yeah, I think the movie was an afterthought.
It was not good. It's probably the weakest of a lot of the Marvel films. But I mean, going forward, we're dealing with a lot of change. There's a lot of change happening. There's a lot going on in the Marvel universe. We have the Celestials. We have the Egyptian gods. We got, what is it called? The Compass or whatever. And we're sprinkling in mutants with no explanation whatsoever. So they're just dropping nuggets here and there. So I expect people to understand, let Marvel do what they want and let the fandom die with it. These people take shit so damn seriously, and I'm just like, you're not writing it. Are you working for Marvel?
It's made
Are
up,
you in
right?
the writer's room? Are you a showrunner?
Well, that wouldn't physically happen. Well, his shield wouldn't bounce back either. It absorbs all impact. It would fall flat on the ground silently.
Stay silent. Stop.
Exactly.
That's the thing for me. It's just enjoy. Live in these moments, because we'll probably never see it again. Because eventually this shit will die out and there'll be another big thing.
Eventually this will become the spaghetti western, and there won't be any more of
them. Because in 20 to 40 years, people are like, remember when you watched Iron Man
Remember
Remember
back in
when it was
2008 when it first started back in 2008 the Marvel universe.
Man, remember back in the 80s when it was all renegade cops going out just killing whoever they wanted to and blowing up
I
buildings and
watched
stuff?
fucking Gunsmoke and like the old spaghetti westerns, you know, with all that stuff with my dad. So people don't understand that people need to chill. We live in wondrous times right now.
Congrats, J-Man.
I would never. Congratulations, J-Man.
Really happy for you, man.
Congratulate. I would never imagine seeing in my time that I was going to watch a Moon Knight series.
Oh man, never. That was never going to hit the screen.
A Werewolf by Night show, a special presentation. I never thought I would see these kind of things in my lifetime. You know, so take it with a grain of salt. But people need to start letting things go because that's Marvel. It's always going to evolve,
and it's always going to change for the audience. You know, it's going to change the audience and what they want to see. So I mean, again, with Riri, I mean, again, with you know, trying to say with how if they try to have that shadow of Iron Man, I mean, thinking of the background, he used to be an arms dealer. You know, she's not trying to deal with that stuff. She comes from Chicago, so it's like she has a different mission when she puts that suit on. So again, it's just like the Playboy philanthropist. What do you say in the movie? Take that suit off. What are you? You know, obviously they're two different people. So it is definitely a lot of potential that was just going to be so separate.
I don't think Tony Stark is going to be the Shadow in her own individual series or even in general in the MCU at all.
Yeah. I see her as her own character, and I mean, I know that's the way they wrote her to be, but like I see her as somebody who individually was as brilliant, had these ideas, you know, built her own suit. Like, you know, it's one argument that I can see. It's my son's argument with the new Spider-Man that, you know, he's basically nothing without Tony Stark because Tony Stark built him everything. He didn't have to figure out most of this stuff on his own. Yes, he's brilliant and learned how to use Tony's tech, but like he didn't have to make these suits himself and learn and grow like the Spider-Man that I grew up with had to do. And like Tony gave him a great shortcut for the writing to get him where they wanted him to be. But I love the idea of her building her own suit and it being big and clunky and her working on it. And like when I was reading through this for the show tonight and she's in this big giant gray suit and she shoots her fists off, you know, like a 60s Japanese robot. And I screamed when I saw that because I was like, you just left your arms exposed. You're going to get your arms blown off. But, you know, that's exactly the kind of, you know, mistake a kid might make. Like, I thought it was brilliant. Totally have been enjoying it. Totally enjoy the character. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Wait a minute. Somebody mentioned about some indie shit? We can talk about some indie shit right now. I think we got something coming up soon about some indie shit right now. Okay? And there's some indie shit going on right now with me. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about
talk to him. Talk to him.
Out. What's coming out on November 1st, Fee and Fish?
Oh, man. Fivestar is fixing to drop, baby. Right. Fivestar is coming. I am excited about it because I'm here to tell you, I killed it on this second issue. Like, we really went all out on this thing. I'm super excited about it.
Multiple covers.
Oh, man. It is so cool. And it's coming December 1st. Green Zone issues 2 and 3 are coming out, which I am super excited about that. Man, the handful of messages that I have gotten from people that have read it have just really touched my heart. And especially when people like, say, J-Man was talking to me about it after he got his copies and read it, and he's pulling out things as like, you know, it kind of reminds me of this. And I couldn't help but just bust out laughing because I was like, yes, that is exactly what I'm thinking of every time I write this character. And, you know, that he picked up on that. is just amazing. I absolutely
That's the beauty of FSK. We got new books coming out. Also, right now, Miss Medusa with Unlikely Heroes. Their campaign is running right now. Go check that out as well. Yeah, there's some stuff out there. Yeah, go check out my book, Journey to Akua. 14 days left on the campaign. Yeah, a nice of all ages book, just not for children anymore. We done took it at a notch up. It's a notch up now. Yeah, a little notch up. But in regards to Riri, she's going to be another Touchstone flagship character. I don't believe she's going to be some kind of side character. You know, when you watch Hawkeye, you know, when you are introduced to Kate Bishop, she doesn't feel like a main lead character. Almost felt like a buddy cop kind of show. I believe when you see people in main character movies, story-driven narrative movies in Marvel films and not television, you're going to get the feel that they're going to be the next flagship characters. I know Riri is going to play a huge arc coming in the 5th and 6th phases. I also believe like we're going to see a lot more grounded characters. Like I think Marvel's going to be starting to split off into division soon. I don't feel like it's going to be one thing or another because they're playing with things. They're playing with presentations, like one-shot kind of things, and they're playing with like grounded heroes like Hawkeye, Daredevil, people of that nature. So we're going to start getting different separate divisions with, you know, Marvel. And once they introduce Deadpool into the scene, like when Marvel introduces Deadpool in the scene, that's going to probably be the catalyst of making dark shows, going to back to like nitty gritty shows like we had on Netflix. So just saying, we'll see.
It's gonna be interesting.
Who knows? Who knows? But
I'm anxious to see him get back to that stuff again.
That's fair because they are talking about the Disney Plus series. How like they are just dividing it and they're literally just it's kind of like a Golden Corral of stories.
Yes, it is.
Better way to say.
Fact. And they don't all have to be connected. I would like to see like a show that does not have to have anything to do with no one else.
That was the nice thing about Werewolf. It's basically just its own little thing talking about that aspect of the world and didn't have to have, you know, Captain America fly by or anything. Like it's just this is what we got right here. And I dig that.
I already did. I guess they can do it again.
Yeah.
Moon Knight was somewhat connected. Like because it's playing with God.
Well, I mean, you know, they touch on it, and he lives in this world, so there's gonna be some touching on it, and like you know, them being super excited about having a hero from our country, like that was awesome. I enjoyed that. That you know, that has to be
the Black Panther bitch guy was in Moon Knight. They showed what's her name from Black Panther. It's connected.
It's the same world, but it's not like they got, you know, Wolverine and Deadpool showing up, you know, just to be a cameo. Like it just we do live in this world, but this is our part of it. This is our story. And I dig that because I would love to get to see more gritty shows following the ground level heroes and villains.
Yeah, for ground levelness. Yeah.
And then, you know, get up to, you know, the cosmic things and the horror things and, you know, the mutants and
that's why
going to other dimensions with the Fantastic Four.
Why I hope when Blade comes out and when Deadpool comes out, we might get a darker Blade movie.
Yes.
I don't know if you can get too much darker.
Oh no, we might get a darker Blade movie. Hey, give me a darker Blade movie. We're getting into the supernatural things of it all. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean they can go crazy at that point. You can give me a Ghost Rider. You can give me all of it.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Getting into all the little weeds of that. That's true. That is true. Good old Ghost Rider.
But we live in great times right now. I'm just saying, like James Gunn
Oh yeah.
is the head of DC now. We about to get gross. Geeks are about to rule the damn world at this point. Dude, about to get gross.
It's about to be indeed. Indeed that. It's gonna be a fun take for sure.
All
Oh
right,
my
now that we're all
goodness.
getting gross, what's the next question you got for us?
I know we took a little spin on that. So I guess my question to you guys would be, what do you guys know about, like, as you guys were saying, character wise, when it comes to like the champions, when it comes to like a team that would be around her age? Because mind you, she's in her teens. What do you think would be a solid team that she would work with? Like, what type of um people would she have by her side? If there was something, if we're just theoretically speaking, putting it out there, who do you think would be that?
I really dig the idea of her being around other heroes her own age, like Ms. Marvel and Miles and Nova and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I love that idea. I mean,
Squirrel
it
Girl.
does have its problems, but I think that's absolutely what would happen in a world like the Marvel universe. Like, these kids would get together. I would like to see a story that follows maybe not necessarily these kids, but a group of good superpower kids that end up getting in a lot of trouble and making some mistakes and really screwing something up, because like that would happen when you've got teenagers with superpowers being cocky and thinking that they can't get hurt, and they go in to stop a bank robbery and suddenly all the civilians get splattered. Like things like that would happen, I think. And probably see
Yeah.
something like that in Green Zone. I just wrote me another book. I need to get
Look at
started
that
drawing.
shameless plug. There you go. Yes, Fish with the shameless plug. There you go. I love that. Here for it. Here for it. You got anything to touch on that, Ryan?
I mean, I would second Fish's opinion. Like Riri in the books, she's fairly young. About 16, 17 years old,
Yeah.
around there. How old is she?
Okay,
Fish?
Man, the book keeps jumping around so much.
Is she like
I'm
16
not
or
exactly how.
17
I mean,
years old?
she's like,
15. It says 15. From what I read, was like she was 15.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean,
if
like,
it was me, if I would build a team around her, I mean, I would stick her around like Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel,
hmm
you know, like things of that nature, in that element, and have that really teen angst kind of feel to it, especially in this generation. It would be fun to see. Like I said, with Miss Marvel, it's probably one of the best shows on the Disney Plus shows that I enjoyed the most, because it was such at a grounded teen, like teenager level. You almost felt it was like the best written
hmm
teenager I've ever seen in this time. So like I would expect it to look more like that. But in the movies in MCU, she's aged up. An adult. She's older. She's like 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's going to feel different. But if it's in a comic layer, I would have her in a mindset of Squirrel Girl or Miss Marvel around her, in that kind of nature, in that field of spectrum. Yes, she
Awesome.
did win a Saturn. Yes, Miss Marvel won a Saturn Award. She sure did. She sure did.
What is the Saturn Award? I haven't heard of that.
It's like it's the Geek Awards.
Oh,
Saturn
cool.
Awards for special effects, best. It's like the Oscars for effects and young performances, and yeah, she won for best actor. So
I absolutely loved it, and
yeah, I loved Miss Marvel to death. It's one of the best things.
and it was so well written, because
Mhm.
like, yeah, you can see her being all cringed out by her parents and the way they're acting, but also like you can identify and feel for her parents, because like they're
Mhm.
trying to protect her, but they're willing to bend over backwards to try and meet her halfway. And her mom stays up all night making these costumes for her and her dad. And like, oh my God, I wanted to cry when I watched that because I know what it's like to bend over backwards to try and do something cool with your kids. And your kids like, oh, that's so dumb. It's lame. I don't want to do it. And you're like, seriously? I just spent $140 to do this with you. And I felt that in my bones.
That's the kind of group or clan I would see Riri rolling with in the comics. But like I said, I don't know much about Riri. She's fairly new. We already discovered that she was just birthed in 2016. So she's not like a real...
It's not like she has the multitude of storylines to pull from
origin story,
like a Spider-Man
or legacy.
Doesn't have a big backing to build off of or anything.
They haven't rebooted her 6 times over the years,
right?
And, retold her origin story again.
Yet. She's only been rebooted in the movie that's coming out soon. So, like, for me, I don't know much about her, but I like the logistics of her character. And what she is about as a young Black woman. And it's always good, like I said before, to see representation of color, strong, beautiful Black women in a book, as it's rare. I mean, we rode with Storm for nearly 30 years. I mean, let's be real. Like, it wasn't not until Milestone came out and start dropping nuggets in the 80s, and then they died, and then they're back now, but like it's still, there still needs to be a foresight of representation.
Oh, there absolutely is.
Absolutely.
Entertainment. We're just now starting to gather that storm, and starting to cross that bridge.
Look at you, that's good play on words.
I'm tired of seeing slave movies, so don't make no more slave movies.
That's one of the things for me that I want to see with Ironheart. I want to see her having somebody to look up to. Like I said before, I want her to have some kind of mentor. And I was geeking out over her relationship in this trade paperback with Pepper Potts, and geeking out, like, not over the fact that she's a superhero. Like, yeah, rescue is cool, but that she ran this whole business, and she ran this, and she did this, and she's so brilliant, and that was awesome to see. But like, to Ryan's point, I really want to see her and Shuri have a mentor relationship, so you can see 2 beautiful Black women that are brilliant and intellectual, lifting each other up, and that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
And if we don't get that scene, I'm revolting.
What's up, sis?
Hey!
Speaking of which, we are halfway through the show. This would be a good time to stop and let's see. I'm gonna share the screen real quick. And take a look at the. Oh, I gotta turn it on.
There you go.
There we go. We got the Kickstarter going. We're at almost the halfway mark with
2 weeks.
Halfway to go. 2 weeks to get in on this. Y'all want to watch the video?
Yeah, play it.
Yes, play it.
Man,
all I have to say is come take the journey with us.
That looks so
Come
good. Y'all
on.
need to get in there
Let's
and
go.
back the book. All right, I'm gonna type this in the comments. What is it again?
MoanaTheAuthor.com takes you straight there. We got 2 weeks left. Like I said before, this book is a game changer. It is for all ages. It's going to be one of the best books that me and Moana have worked on. It shapes the rest of almost, I think, not the full series, but it shapes the rest two outlines of book 4 and 5. So it's going to be something that we are really excited about. I really would like to get this done, funded, get it out to you guys, because we have some good stuff in this book. You're going to meet a legendary character. You're going to meet some new characters that cause a lot of ruckus, and it's a game changer. It's a game changer book.
If y'all happen to miss out on the first one, the artwork is amazing. The story is great. It is a really fun mix. And correct me if I'm wrong. The first one's written in Hawaiian and English, but it has lots of like Hawaiian terms mixed in.
I think Papa Ray is only strictly. I'm not for sure. I think Papa Ray is only English. Shadows of the Ancient is bilingual. It's English and written Hawaiian. So
That's
Shadows of the Ancient, like how Moana called it, Papa Ray is like issue 0. Like, and then my apologies. All books are bilingual. So
and
that's on me.
She has
like Papa Ray. So Papa Ray's issue 0, Shadows is issue 1, Journey to Akua is issue 2, and issue 2.
And there's a pronunciation guide in the book too, which is amazing and explains what the words are, because there's a lot of places in the English version where they use their native words for, each other and where they're going and stuff. Like you do, like I might use Southernisms that don't make a lot of sense to anybody else when I'm talking to somebody around here, and like around here, there's a big difference between over yonder and under yonder, like that means two different things. But there's a pronunciation guide that can walk you through how to say it, how to sound it out and stuff. So I didn't sound like a total idiot reading it to my grandkids. And y'all want to get in on this. I'm telling you, seriously.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So quit playing around, get out there and back it and share it. Share it. Get it out to as many people as possible, because that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and that's on what? Mary had a little lamb poo. Let it know for the people in the back.
There's a lot I can say about the book, but all I know is it's good. It's good.
Check it out.
Yeah, but
that's what it's saying. Check it out.
With Riri, I would like to see in the books. I don't know where they're at in the books, but I like when people die in things. So they need to kill somebody.
So let's check that out. He doesn't like it funny, and he likes it when people die. That's why he wants a darker Blade. Him just slaughtering vampires left and right. That wasn't dark enough for Ryan. Ryan's heart is a dark void. A black hole is a sunshiny garden meadow compared to what Ryan wants to see.
You gotta kill out the character.
Hey, it is what it is.
I was just talking about that. I've been doing all these podcasts trying to lead up to my Kickstarter that's coming, get attention going that way. And one of these guys was asking me in the interview, what do you like about indie comics as opposed to like working for the big guys? And I was like, man, Virgil is my main dude. He's on everything. I could kill him off in issue 4 if I want to. Like, I don't want to because I got more to do with him, but I can do that because he's mine. I don't have to worry about corporate being, well, no, the toy sales and the T-shirts and the lunch boxes and the Virgil-sized chicken nuggets. No, we can't do that. I can do whatever I want.
Don't touch Virgil, please. I almost cried.
Oh, trust me, people are gonna die. I promise you, people are gonna die. That's one of the things I love about doing my own book.
Stakes, fee.
I can make you care about them, and then I can, break your heart and take them out. Exactly. Fatality.
Come on. I said that earlier. Don't use that against don't use Dad's words. That's what I was saying. Wait a minute.
What's that next question, Fee?
All right. So let's kind of, since we, the sky's the limit with this because she's pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was any type of collaboration other than the mentor, because again, I am so for that. I second that with Shuri. I'm so down for that. When it comes to collaboration, certain fights, who do you want her to see, like go toe to toe with, or who do you want to see her type of team up or cross worlds with? If that's a better way for me to say that.
Honestly, I want to see her take on something so far out of like her range, so far out of like her weight class. Like I want to see her face to face with Galactus and see how does she outthink this? How does she outsmart this? How does she trick him or whatever? Because she's not going to outmuscle him and she's not going to outshoot him, but like that would really stretch her genius. And that's one of the things I've always loved in those stories is seeing how does Reed Richards outsmart him because you're not going to outmuscle him. And so
that's a good one. Yeah, especially with Galactus. My gosh, I would love to see that. That would be I really like that one. What about you, Ryan? What you got? Who do you want to see Riri go toe to toe with? Sorry.
Silver Surfer.
Hey,
Silver Surfer. Okay.
That's a solid one.
Genius. She's a genius. So I want somebody cosmic to fight her.
That is, and he's quite the powerhouse and fast and
Riri got the brains.
That's gonna be fun.
What's his name? Nalnor? What's his Nanor? It's a cool name. That's all I know. Silver Surfer has a cool real name.
Insert cool name here.
Yeah.
Kang, that's a good one.
Kang's good.
That's and that's one that we could actually
see. Because that's the second series for Loki season 2. Like Kang is because obviously they spoiler, but they introduced
Kang is everywhere. He was in Loki.
If you ain't seen it by now, then
he everywhere. But yeah, somebody cosmic like Silver Surfer. Mm-hmm. Or if it was in DC, what's her name? With Darkseid, what's it? Granny Goodness. I would like to see Riri go up against Granny Goodness. Granny Goodness slap her ass around a few times.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur make an appearance in something.
Norrin Rad. That's his name. Absolutely.
Yes.
I can't believe I was drawing a blank on that because I've
appreciate you.
Cool name,
always known it.
Appreciate
J-Man wants to see go with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Devil Dinosaur in the back of something,
there's a
just
cool
like
animated show
wandering by or something,
That's pretty solid ones. I definitely like the cosmic ones because I said with Galactus and Silver Surfer, I said you in for a goat treat with that because it's just like with Galactus, it's like Earth is just that state. You just how do you figure a way around?
You can't fail at this, and that would be
you can't.
That would be a really neat look, into her anxiety and stuff, because that's another thing that I've kind of enjoyed is seeing her stress out about some things, and I get the whole overthinking thing and your brain running so fast, and I get it. I would love to see that. Who do you want to see her either teamed up with or pitted against?
Now ever since you said Galactus, man, I'm just like that's really what I'm set on. But I would like someone cosmic because again, it's just like to really expand on the depth of the challenge of what she's able to handle and what she's able to really bring, especially in a time of a crunch. So that kind of really left me thinking. I was like, I'm kind of stuck on that, but I do want to say, definitely want to say, someone cosmic. I'd have to think of something. I don't know, because I was like, I don't know the characters I'm thinking of right now. I was like, it'll be an easy win. Or
I tell
would it?
you, building off of what Ryan suggested, if we're talking like other books and other publishers and other realms, and if we're looking at Loki and
Right.
we're talking variant realities and whatnot, alternate dimensions, I would like to see her go against, like, toe to toe, slug it out with Hardware from Milestone. Like, I mean, two very similar characters that are
High
both
Evolutionary is
geniuses,
good too.
both built their own suit.
That's a good one.
Like,
That's a
I
good
would
one.
love to see them
good
just
one.
slugging it out against each other and see who comes up. Oh, there's one, High Evolutionary.
That's
All
a good
right.
one.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. But
That's a good one.
Hardware's a really good one, bro.
That's a
That's
good
Dude,
one.
I loved
that's a good
Hardware so
pull.
much.
That's
He
a
has
good
been
one.
one of my favorite characters. Honestly,
He's
like,
written so well.
Ironheart might just be starting to push. Like, this is the only book that I've really read of her, but she's starting to kind of push into that slot because, you know, I dig the character and the artwork is amazing. I do, man. His
Yeah.
faces
The suit,
are
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
the
very
expression
well
in those faces and stuff just breaks my heart. It's just beautiful. I love it.
Okay. I guess let's probably be the closer to the last question since we're coming back around to the top of the hour. When it comes to Riri, Miss Williams, what would you, if you had her book and everything in front of you, dropped right in your lap, what would you say would be the first thing you would address if you were to bring them to the people? How would you do it? What was the message
Like,
you would want to convey?
like if I got the book and I get to be in charge of taking it
You
on from
got
here on out,
promoted. Boom.
man,
Ironheart lands in your lap.
I would. I love the way her intellect has been portrayed and the way that they talk about it, and like they're really worried about what could happen because she's so smart. It would be so easy for her to get detached from the world. I love that. I would definitely have spent more time investing the story in how much work her parents put in to focusing on this is a beautiful day and this is a beautiful world and making her grateful for that so that so the payoff feels a little bit better when she loses everything in her life and still wants to protect the world and not just make it burn. And, you know, she has a very, very positive outlook. And it's something I identify with because I have a very positive outlook, despite the fact that life has treated me like it found me on the bottom of its shoe a lot of the time. I still have a very positive outlook and I'm very grateful. And I love that about her. And I would like to build that up just a little bit more.
The
Fish, that's
concrete
so
out of the
good.
road story
That's
in
so
that way.
good. But mine is as dark.
I'm shocked. I am flabbergasted.
Really? I did not see that
Dark.
coming.
I would flip the script. I would make her an orphan. So, like, straight up, out the gate. Out the gate, she's an orphan. Out the gate. And, like, no parents. Don't know where she comes from. No lineage. But she is just a savant, a genius. So, and then she gets adopted, and I would set her in a different country. Would probably set her in like Australia, New Zealand, or London in the UK, and make her completely different. Yeah, but I would make
dissociated.
So you just change everything about him.
on the jump.
We're gonna shake it up, twist it.
J-Man says he'd like to see her in a scene outsmarting Reed Richards.
Yeah, but who's gonna play Reed Richards in the MCU?
Well,
and like, we're not talking about that variant either from Doctor Strange. So,
but I gotta say, I totally believe that she would outsmart Reed Richards in no time flat, because his arrogance wouldn't even assume that she was going to be that much of a threat. So he would think he has this in the bag, and it would be so easy for her to just do an end run around him and outsmart him, because she's just a kid. She's not nearly as smart as I am. And, it would be no problem. I think that would be a great story. I absolutely need to see that now. Thank you, J-Man. Now I'm going to be dissatisfied until I do.
Woo! A lot of pressure. I mean, it's all right. We'll hope to see that they would probably hopefully get it that way. Maybe if you start writing it down or something, you could probably like manifest it by the time it lines up to the story or something. I don't know. That'll be an interesting take to see. Final thoughts we have with the Miss, excuse me, Ironheart. What's our final thoughts with this when it comes to her? I mean, obviously, so for years to come, actually, for many years, like we were saying, again, with this great time that we're in right now, with a lot of the groundwork being set, like we were here when the Marvel Cinematic Universe kickstarted and everything, like let's say 20, 30 years from now. So would you say like this is the legacy character that I would say like would continue to go on for as long as the ones before? I mean, easily is that
for a hot minute? Like Riri's gonna be around. They're going to make her a legacy character because she represents power. You know, we want to see representation of strong, beautiful women who have the power to be as strong as anybody else out in this world, you know, and she will be that representation going forward, you know, and I believe that she will. You know, we're going to have all that. There's a lot of powerful female characters in the Marvel universe right now, and she's going to be top tier, you know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh. We got a troublemaker dropping in at the last minute. What's up, Mr. Fivestar?
Oh! Sup, man?
Up in the Philly GG?
I'm up in the Philly. Ate me a Philly cheese stick with cheese fries and whatnot.
Oh, man, you got to send that our way, too.
Got my bro with me.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Awesome.
What y'all doing?
We're talking about Riri Williams, Ironheart, talking about the character, and we're talking right now about like what we think's to come with her. Is she going to be like that legacy character that continues on like Iron Man? What do you think?
I think she definitely is gonna do that, especially in the MCU. Why wouldn't she? They're already setting her up with Black Panther 2.
Get off the corner, Tony. Get off the corner.
Sorry, that's my uncle in the background.
Yep, Tony, you getting yelled at.
Get off the internet.
Wait on an Uber.
Oh.
Quit playing with your weird nerd friends on the internet.
So, yeah, for sure. Did you guys happen to mention that November 1st?
No, we did not. No, we didn't. We did.
November 1st.
What's happening?
November 1st, the Fivestar issue number 2 Kickstarter drops.
Yes, it does.
And I even though I'm here in Philly, I just wanted to jump on this show ran by this awesome cast of people that I love dearly and just go ahead and promote that out here on these streets.
In these streets.
Out here
we have talked about it. It's open for pre-launch now, isn't it? So you can go sign up now.
You can go to FSK right now, hit that notify me button. Actually, I came in to check. I said, oh, there's only 4 minutes left. Let me make sure they're wrapping up. You know, I like to keep a strict time schedule. I was making sure you guys wasn't off the.
All right, Mr. Fivestar.
Off the rails.
Okay.
Y'all know fish will go long if you leave me here by myself. I'll go for 2.5 hours.
Y'all would have asked me for another question. I would have left. I got nothing.
What's up with the new scenery back there, Ryan? I'm feeling the new scenery back there.
I'm on vacation.
Okay.
You ain't the only one, but he still showed up for work, though. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't able to. I'm with a tough crowd. All right, love y'all. Y'all be good. Hit that link. We'll talk to y'all. Talk to y'all later.
All righty, man. Have fun. And we dropped the FSK Go logo link in the comments, and that's an easy one. FSKGo.com. It'll
what
take
a lovely
you right
surprise.
there.
Gotta love surprises, don't you guys?
Man on the streets, Tony Clapper coming to us live.
Oh my goodness!
On the streets.
Wow. I know. With the Philly cheese.
In Philly.
I'm a little jealous of Philly cheesesteak. I gotta admit, man. If I ever get anywhere over in that area, I'm going to go see my man Eric Bennett and just hang out. I'm taking him and his wife to dinner. I don't care. I don't care if I got to drive 6 hours. If I can get that close over there, I'm going to go see him and take him out. I didn't promise.
I swear that they got good food up there. It was this one place I went up there for the fan expo. They had everything. It kept going there after the show. It was just like you named it. It was like a Burger King, a Wendy's, a McDonald's, all in one
place. It's beautiful with a lot of history. That is one of the most historic places in the world, besides Virginia.
I would love to go back to be able to just really take time to just see it too. So it was pretty cool.
All right. Well, like he said, we are wrapping up to the end of the hour. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation about Riri Williams, Miss Williams if you're nasty, also known as Ironheart, quickly becoming one of my favorite new characters. You know, I thought Miss Marvel had stolen my heart, but I gotta say, man, as weird as it is, I really identify with her. She's really been speaking to me, and I dig it. You know, if an old dude like me can enjoy this book, you can quit griping and pick it up and actually read it and quit complaining about a character you haven't read, maybe, and give it a shot. I gotta say before we go, it truly bothers me how much hate so many of these female characters get, and they get the hate before the book comes out. They get the hate before the movie comes out, before the show ever started, and it just drives me nuts. And it all goes back to that small-minded male look at things, often predatory look that women are just there to be hunted, and that it makes me angry because I've got too many ladies in my life that I love dearly, too many young ladies coming up in the next generation that I love dearly, and I get defensive. This is a really good book. Everybody should be checking it out, should be reading the character. I'm loving it. Thank you guys.
Final words.
I was just sitting back and listening. No, I can definitely say I'm excited for Riri. I can't wait to see her in Wakanda Forever. Again, I cannot wait. And just again, the representation. I'm so excited to see her fill into that role and just take it on by storm. So again, like take the torch, run with it, and keep doing wonderful things. Keep being excellent. Yes.
Hey, it's my weekend. It's Halloween weekend. I need everybody to watch a horror movie for me out there in the world. Do it.
What would you suggest? What's one you want to see? What's one?
I don't want to know what I suggest. It's all Bad News Bears.
It's dark. Give me one.
It's dark. Let's see. Top 5 right now. If you got apps, Barbarian on HBO Max, Hellraiser on Hulu.
Okay.
The Exorcist on HBO Max.
Okay.
Let's see. Halloween, of course, always.
Okay.
And I guess, The Descent.
Okay.
A little bit different than the scary movies I'm going to be watching, because I'm going to be watching the Bela Lugosi Dracula and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
And the Wolfman.
Yes, they are all on AMC Plus, and some are on Hulu as well. All the Draculas, any Dracula or vampire film.
I'm here to tell you, man, I love all of the Creature of the Black Lagoon films. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's growing up being named Fish. I don't know. But I really identified, and I really dug him. And, man, the cinematography was gorgeous. It still holds up. That is still one of the best. Like, to go back and watch those old ones, it still stands out among them.
Yeah, it's all good. But happy Halloween, everyone.
Absolutely. Have a fun Halloween. Have a safe Halloween. Have a good time out there, but keep it safe. And tune in tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Four Tales Podcast is going to be going live with Kyron and Danny J. Always a good time. I always tune in every Saturday morning and join in on that one. So be there. Check out all the other shows on the Agents of Geekdom Network. And check out the new outro that I just made as we all say goodbye.